Andreas Vanpoukke is a Flemish-Belgian painter and printmaker who was born in Dixmude in West Flanders in 1959. At the age of 14, his parents gave him a book of letters sent between Vincent van Gogh and his brother Theo. In the letters, Van Gogh talks about Saint-Rémy de Provence and how it is a place of light, flowers, mountains, where you can create wonderful paintings.
Andreas Vanpoukke
has a very recognizable style, with broad brush strokes, lots of light and realism, but he considers his work to be poetic realism. He has an impressionist approach in the way that his work appears differently depending on how near or how far you are to it. Up close you really see his work, the brush strokes, the light that is captured, the backgrounds that shine through. And 3 or 4 meters away, you see the picture as a whole, and then there's a 3D or photographic effect. When Andreas arrived with his wife and children in Saint-Rémy de Provence, he decided he would paint the village every day, but he was surprised by the number of cars he saw everywhere, and wondered how he could paint scenes of Saint-Rémy without painting cars too. So he started by painting the cars. And then he started painting reflections in the cars. And 20 years ago, was anybody painting reflections in cars? He painted this way in Saint-Rémy, in Antwerp, where he was still a fine arts professor, and in Paris, where he also had an exhibition. When I look at these reflections, I think about this incredible technique. It's a way of presenting extremely well-known places, but in a different way, in the reflection of a car. This makes it something rare, something that belongs only to him. When you see reflections in cars like that, you know it's Andreas's work. But his work is not just reflections in cars. There are also reflections in water. For example, when he paints the Canal des Alpines. In 2019, Andreas organised an exhibition called Woman and Sea, which featured paintings of women, mostly seen from behind, who were extremely modern in their clothing and the way that they dressed and the way that they moved. And at the same time, they were in these seascapes that were timeless, full of light and full of sunshine. Andreas Vanpoukke is also a gifted printmaker. He can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything up to 8 or 9 engravings on the same engraving plate. He creates absolutely fantastic portraits and landscapes. That's one of the things that you can find in the gallery as well, where we have prints in various sizes. When he wants to take a break from painting, this is when he does engraving. He's an exceptional engraver. At the end of 2019, he decided to open a gallery and gave up his job as a fine arts professor in Antwerp, where he worked in a school which was about the equivalent to the Beaux-Arts in France. He settled permanently in his house in Saint-Rémy, with his studio on the hill, and opened a gallery to present his work throughout the year. A lot of people enjoy his work very much. He is someone who has marked this area and this light that he loves so much.